Hello and welcome to Insert Name Here.
Some spices.
We're not sure if this is a Chef Nick, a Chef Jeff, or something in between, but I'm going to show you how to make a nice lentil soup. So for this recipe, you're going to need a few things. You're going to need 1 carton of vegetable broth or stock. You're going to need 1 bag of frozen mixed vegetables, either the big 2-pound bag from Walmart or wherever you get your vegetables, or just one single microwave steam bag will work. It's around that portion. You'll need, similarly to that, a frozen bag of broccoli florets. I use the Bird's Eye brand when I can because that's my favorite, but whatever bag of broccoli florets you got will work. Then finally, you will also need 1 bag of mini potatoes. This is a big part that I discovered more recently. I used to make this without the potatoes, and then I discovered those, and I was like, that's a lot better. So potatoes are very good, I think. So you're also going to need some spices. Here's what I put in. It doesn't really matter how much. It's all to taste. Spices are very personal. If you like it hotter, add more of the pepper. If whatever, however you want to do it. Spices are very personal. You can see the amounts I'm using here, but it's not set in stone. Whatever you think is good is probably good. And that's pretty much it for the ingredients. So before you start the main part of your soup, you're going to want to get your potatoes going because they take by far the longest. So I personally put them in the air fryer. I have one of the ones with a little rack. I'll just pull the little rack out and lay them across that. I set it on 400 for about 20 minutes, but depending on your air fryer, the amount of potatoes, the size of potatoes, it all varies. So just cook your potatoes how you would normally cook the potatoes, and you should be good to go. So after you start your potatoes, you're going to want to put the broccoli in the microwave and get that going. If you're using the frozen mixed vegetables in a microwave bag, you'll want to start that right after. If you're using just the big bag that's not for the microwave, then you'll dump that in later. So once the potatoes are going, you're going to want to open the bag of lentils and dump about half into your strainer and rinse them nice and well. So once you rinse the lentils, you can add those to the pot along with the vegetable broth or stock. And then once you dump that in, you're going to want to fill it back up with water and add that in. If you really want to, you can substitute that for a second thing of vegetable broth or stock, but that adds cost and mainly sodium is why I don't do that. It might taste better, but I personally think it's plenty strong as it is, but that is a substitute you can make if you like. So if you're using the frozen bag of vegetables that's not for the microwave, this is when you would go ahead and add them in. So add in, I usually use about half the 2-pound bag, so probably about a pound. If you want more or less, obviously do that, but I like a lot of vegetables, so that's why I add a bunch of those. Once your broccoli is done, you can add that in as well. Once you have all of that in, all that's left is the spices and the potatoes. So you can add in your spices while you wait for the pot to boil. And then as soon as the potatoes are ready, whenever that is, just add those in. It's probably going to be around when the rest of the soup is already done, but just keep an eye on those, make sure they're getting nice and done, and then add them in when they're ready. So once the pot is boiling, you're going to want to put the lid on, and you're going to turn it down to a simmer. And then it usually, roughly from start to finish, will take about 20 to 30 minutes, but there's no set time. Depends on how hot your stove is and all the different factors of what you added in. But it usually takes around that amount of time. Which is also around how long the potatoes will take, usually around 20 minutes, which is good timing because then once those are done, you can check the soup, and then if it's done, then you can serve it then, or you can let it cook a little longer together with the potatoes in to get the lentils to finish cooking, and then serve it when it's done. So just keep checking it every couple minutes. If it's not done once you add the potatoes, the lentils are going to be the holdup, so just check those, make sure they're as soft as you'd like them. If they're good, then it's good to serve. If they're not, then just got to wait on those. The vegetables should be ready if you didn't microwave them. If you did, obviously they should definitely be ready. But yeah, that's just about it. So this is the finished product. This is a great soup for vegetarians and vegans if you don't want any animal-based soups. It's good for people that do eat that kind of thing and just want a variety in their soup. It's nice and high in protein. It's nice and healthy. If you keep the sodium content down, it's very good all around. That's the one thing to worry about with soups. So just use low sodium broth or stock, or just use the 1 carton. Don't add salt to it. All of the spices I used are sodium free, so you can, if you think it needs some, you can add it. If not, just keep it out, and it's a very healthy option that way. But that's about it. I hope you enjoyed this episode of whatever the heck this show is called. So let me know in the comments what you think, if you like it. It's the first recipe I've made on my own like this, so I hope you enjoy it. Check the description in case I made any updates. And yeah, thank you for watching. Have a good day. Hello and welcome to Insert Name. I gotta check on that soup.